Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Show, and we are here tonight for the Swansea versus Brentford playoff watch-along. It is the first semi-final, the first leg of the game. It is Swansea versus Brentford as we go towards, they've already said it on the Sky coverage, the richest game in football, the 500 billion zillion pound game. And please let me know that you can see me, you can hear me okay by sticking the thumbs up button, getting involved in the comments. Hello to everybody here already. Afternoon, Graham. Evening to Mally, Mr. Handel, and Charlie gives us the big story straight away before we go to this game. We know who is going to be joining the wonderful spectacle that is the Championship next season. And we can bring up now, it's just concluded there in the Premier League. That is the bottom 8 of the Premier League. So last year's champions, Norwich, we knew they would be rejoining us, but wow, they've gone down in flames, haven't they, there by 14 points in the end. And today, despite it being tight, as you can see there, Watford have joined them. And that's a live tab, which you can't see a win today in. Oh, yes, you can. You can see a win today in Bournemouth's column there. So it will be Norwich, Watford, and Bournemouth joining us in the Championship. Aston Villa did survive. Get your comments in on those 3 teams joining us before we crack on with tonight's game. Dearly departed, yes, next year's show. So far, we have Leeds, we have West Brom, we have Villa, and we have Sheffield United. And then, as we know, it will be the playoff winners that are going to be joining my coverage next season on Dearly Departed. It will either be Brentford, Swansea, Fulham, or Cardiff. AJR Gamer, how are we doing? Russ, how was my afternoon? Probably better than yours, but you're probably done with Norwich in the Premier League now. 2 keys to Leeds. Hope all is good. I've done a quick video preview for the playoffs. Good for you. A good feeling about the Welsh size mentality. Heretic says the Prem is better by having big teams in it. Losing Watford, Bournemouth, and Norwich, keeping Villa, West Ham again in Leeds and West Brom makes the Premier League much better. I'm sure that'll be a popular view with some people, but not with others. Congratulations, Craig, the Villa fan there. Expect Watford to go through a few managers indeed. We'd like to see Welbeck challenging Bamford. Yes, we'll get Danny Welbeck next season. Yeah, I suppose I take your point about the big teams being in the Prem, but it's nice to have a few big teams left in the Championship, isn't it? There we go. Let's have a look at tonight's teams. We did expect Swansea to keep up with this 3 at the back system that they've been playing. If you look there, no Woodman in goal, Mulder in for Woodman there. Across the back 3, Cabango, Van der Horn and Guay. And if you think about it, if you're playing against Brentford, where you have these excellent front 3, where the wide players will defend there, but then come in and attack there, a back 3 isn't a bad thing, really, because you can just go man for man on each of the front 3 and let the wing-backs take the marauding full-backs coming forward. So I guess that makes some sense in that regard. And remember the Swansea game against Leeds, they matched up quite well at the back there. Slightly different system, but Leeds certainly committed as many men forward as Brentford will today. Roberts and Bidwell are the wing-backs. Fulton and Grimes, the double pivot in there. And then Gallagher behind Ayew and Brewster. Remember in the league game, often without the ball, you would get Brewster on his own up the top, and that triangle would just flip around, wouldn't it? And you'd have Gallagher shadow one side, and then Ayew just drop back on the right-hand side. So the triangle flips. So look out for that. Ayew's a very clever player, and he'll be able to certainly follow those instructions there. Well, Brentford, we could just all pick this out now, couldn't we? They are so stable, so steady in their lineup that I suspect if we did a little test of all of the channel, everyone could name this team. Raya in goal, Dalsgaard, Janssen, Pinnock and Henry across the back. The only question, would it be Marcondes or, maybe De Silva or Jensen missing out? But no. So Norgard sitting, De Silva primarily left, Jensen primarily right, but they will likely rotate. And of course, up the top, it is Benrahma, Mbeumo and Watkins. That excellent front three. Let's see if anyone's got any feelings on those teams. I'm predicting a 2-2 here. I'd like to see Swansea go up there. Thomas says, love how you say, in my humble opinion and the objective perspective you bring. Nothing worse than football fans who present their opinions as facts. I totally agree, Thomas. Yes. Mally says, I feel the pressure will be on Brentford. 2-0 Swans. Graham says, Brentford conceded first. Going to be hard. Get the first goal. They will storm it. Interesting thought. Matthew says, Swansea 1-0 for him. Heretic. Will Brentford choke under the pressure or their last two games of blip? Well, one of those things will be true, won't they? All I know is the fact that Forest not in them. Deary me. Shalom from Jerusalem. Are you really there, Mike, or are you having a look at my nose? Jay, Swansea with 4 wins, 1 draws and 1 defeat. All this bull regarding big teams, you are where you are on merit. Yeah, I think we all agree that you are where you are on merit, but does it make it a better spectacle to have the bigger teams? Maybe, but of course you are where you are on merit, and if big teams traditionally don't do it, then they will not be there, will they? Watford have a stronger squad than Newcastle did when they went down. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting point. This is one where I'm going to have to go ahead and do my research on Bournemouth and Watford, having been doing the Championship the past few seasons. Not overly familiar with those guys. Let's just do a quick little look here through all our normal bits and bobs. I'm just going to remove the plugs down the bottom there. In for goal and Betfair there, fairly heavily on Brentford, pushing 50% chance towards Brentford. We won't bring up the last 10, but we can look at the form. As you'd imagine, all of the playoff teams there, Fulham, Swansea, Brentford and Cardiff, all in the top 6 of the playoff table, the form table there, excuse me. Fulham, the furthest out, but look how tight it all is. Fulham 14 points in the last 6, then Swansea with 13, then Brentford with 12 and Cardiff with 12. Remember, my take is always that 2 points per game is decent form, and every single team in the playoffs has the 2 points per game over the last 6. A lot of people have brought this up to me. There is a 3-0 win for Brentford back in October the 22nd, and there is a 3-1 win, and I was there. But as we've said, this Swansea team now is very different than the one that Brentford beat 3-0 and 3-1. Cabango hadn't quite played his way in then. Guay from Chelsea, isn't he? Wasn't there. Gallagher wasn't there. And I guess most importantly, Ryan Brewster wasn't there as well. So it's a very different looking Swansea team. Whether that's a good thing, whether that's a bad thing, I'm all for continuity and consistency. And Brentford certainly have that. Let's have a look at some of your comments here. El Loco for Leeds. What do you think of the 3 teams coming down? How will they fare in the Championship next season? Swansea to win this game. I'm going for a Welsh final. Indeed. Well, I have to be honest, and I will always be honest when I don't know what I'm talking about. I know a lot about Norwich because I studied them last year, and I've got plenty of friends who support Norwich. I'm going to have to do my research on Watford and Bournemouth and get back to you on that. But I'll enjoy that. It'll be fun. Swansea will surprise a lot of people. Luke's always on the Swansea train. He has been all season there. 1-0 there. Joshua's gonna take my balls out of the bath for this one, lads. Both Welsh sides to get in the playoff final. Swansea full of confidence. If you look, I've just got out of the bath, out of the shower indeed. Mike says, in my opinion, here we go. Swansea 1, the Brentford 2. All my opinions are ipso facto humble, what with it being my surname. Oh, nice one. There we go. Bailey says 3-1 or 3-2 Swansea. Can see it being very open. In respect of it being an open game, I'm not so sure. I hope you're right, Bailey, but they had a definite plan to stop Leeds, didn't they, in that game? And I think we might see a similar strategy today. Refs will play a big part. No, I do not know. If anyone knows who the ref is, as long as it's not Keith Stroud, will be all right. No offence, Keith, but I haven't enjoyed your work before. John says Brentford can't lose 3 in a row. Surely not. That's a good point. That would be a hell of a turn in form. 8 wins in the trot, followed by 3 straight defeats, indeed. Aging Horizon is here. Very nervous as a Swans fan. That Leeds fan giving me confidence, though. Personal prediction, 1-1 first leg. Come on, Brentford. Easy 6 points next season. If I look down here, I've got the iPad just there. Steve Cooper and Mike Marsh are just coming out, looking nice and relaxed. They'll be very, very happy to be here. If Brentford can't beat bottom clubs, they have no chance against the Swans. Mr. Handel says, West Brom fan, wouldn't say we're massive, just know how to play the system. We were pretty stable until Uncle Tone ran us into the ground. I like Brentford, but think the Swans may do it. Interesting. Are you kidding me? Is the ref actually Keith Stroud? Heretic says. Is that true? Oh, no. No. Let's hope not. He may be ribbing me here. El Loco for Leeds. I think we've done that one, haven't we? Callum says, we battered Derby twice last year and lost in the playoffs, so it doesn't mean much. Remember, much of that Leeds defeat against Derby was a massive mental, psychological collapse, which I don't think would have happened in an empty stadium. And remember, we're playing in an empty stadium. I just think empty. I'm not saying there won't be anything out of the ordinary happen. It's the playoffs, for goodness sake. But empty stadium does mean less chaos, I would say. It's Kitty Leah. Kitty, I don't know what to call it. I just call you Kitty. 3-0 Swansea. Chris. Hey, Chris. Marcondes unlucky to miss out. And Mbuemo not been in the same form since the restart. He had the virus. That's a very good point. As Mbuemo, did he get goal against Charlton? Possibly. 0-0 or 1-1. Brewster if Swansea score. There we go. Bielsa was at the Bournemouth game, indeed. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'll have to do my research on who he might be watching. Head says Brentford. Heart says dramatic all Welsh final. And my brain says, let's start drinking. Hey. What have we got in the shop down there? Is that my phone? I don't know what that is. You can see something there in the shop. I think it might be the charger on the wall. There we go. That's going to bug me now. Craig says, I can see Pontus coping with Brewster tonight. Brentford falling apart. Swansea win 2-1. We are coming up for kickoff now. It is 6:29. Quasimodo, V's the Smugmeister. Oh dear, that's mean. That's mean. Allowed one bitter comment. There we go. It is actually Keith Stroud. Oh, man. Look, I've got no problem with Keith Stroud. I hope he referees the game very well. But, yes. Bit of an egotistical referee, I think, in my humble opinion there. But if he does the job, he does the job. Here come the Brentford players. Look at the size of Ethan Pinnock. He is a massive man, isn't he? Huge human being. Brentford now coming out onto the pitch in their lovely black away kits. Pontus to score from a corner. Bailey just echoes my thoughts. They're not a Brentford fan, but I admit their black kit is very nice with the yellow. I agree with that, actually. Here come the Swans. There is Brewster and Mayhew. They'll be important players. That front three-ish, however they line up, whether with the ball it's going to be Gallagher behind Brewster and Mayhew, or whether that just drops off and Mayhew goes to the right-hand side. We just run through the teams one more time. Swans, that'd be the wrong one, wouldn't it? Let me just scroll down. We're live here. Anything can happen. There we go, Swans. So Mulder in goal, Cabango, Van der Horn, Guehi. I think Van der Horn out of contract for anyone who might support a promoted team who wants the centre-half. Roberts, Bidwell, the wing-backs, Fulton, Grimes, double pivot, Gallagher, Mayhew, Brewster in there. Brentford, standard 4-3-3, Raya, Dalsgaard, Janssen, Pinnock, Henry, Norgard sitting, Jensen, De Silva, Benrahma, Watkins and Buemo. We must quickly, as we always do, have a look at the bench. Burton, Selina, loads of pace and a great long-range shot there. Nathan Dyer, experienced. Kalulu, Dander as well. Lots of players who can drop into those front positions. Forgive me, I've never heard of Tivonge Rosheda. Cullen, who scored late at Reading, didn't he? Garrick and Gould. Sky just flashing up. Mike van der Horn, fourth successive start. Very good player, Mike van der Horn. Like him a lot. Brentford there. Canos, Castilla, Valencia rather. Marcondes, Dervisoglu, Janvier, Fosu, Baptiste, Roslev. Definitely Brentford have the options on the bench. We are about to go to the kickoff. Mick McCarthy's on commentary. Is he indeed? Get it into the channels. Get it into Daryl Murphy up top. So I don't know what voice that is. You can support via Super Chat by subscribing on Patreon. Like or comment, subscribe on YouTube. Thank you for helping us reach now over 10,500 subscribers. As now we may be 10 or 20 seconds off on the stream. I'm watching on my iPad. Nobody better than the accent. Mick McCarthy. There we go. And off we go. Let's have a look and see if these team shapes are all correct. We'll just have a look and see what Swansea are doing in possession with their attacking players. Why is Selina on the bench? Injury or drop in form? Not necessarily a drop in form. Bersant Selina has issues following instructions from managers. Mick McCarthy, one of them indeed. Here's Brewster. He was in behind there, running in behind Pontus Janssen within 30 seconds there. A flag is up for some reason. We'll probably get a replay there. Ben, your hair is dead man ting. It's drying. Don't worry. It'll get bigger. Hopefully Sky are going to run a replay of Rhian Brewster dropping in behind there. Click that thumbs up button. Indeed, I think we're okay to run the... so let's have a look at this. No, that is an orthodox front too. Mayhew, I think, is clearly the pressing trigger for Swansea. If you watch, the Swansea players only go when Mayhew goes, doesn't he? Swansea being reasonably direct to start with, getting the ball away from their goal and getting a foothold in the game. Bidwell nicely forward early on. Mayhew appealing for a corner and not getting it, is he? Steve Cooper, I think, wanted one as well there. But early territory with Swansea. Not allowed Brentford to get their foot on the ball. Attacking, throwing for the Swans here. Mayhew, such class. If they don't go up, could he leave? Definitely could play in the Prem. Yeah, good player indeed, Andre Mayhew. I'm surprised he stayed this long indeed. Brentford now with their first restart. It's going to be Dalsgaard with a throw-in. You can just see I'm probably just about 20 seconds behind. But follow me. It'll be fun. Benrahma coming deep. Gallagher leaving one on him there. The first one on Benrahma today. Brentford now just trying to get their foot on the ball. Janssen slowing everything down. The pressing looks different than how they did it against Leeds, but they are pressing in all positions here. Swansea when Brentford are trying to ping it around, and Brentford playing through the press here. Here comes Jensen. Good ball to the back post to Watkins, and Benrahma's on it. Henry is forward. Benrahma gets lucky. De Silva into the box. Cut back there, looking dangerous already. Brentford. That nice build-up down the left when you get those three players into the box by Jensen. Benrahma up on the back post, headed wide. Good start for Brentford. They've imprinted themselves on it here. I was just going to say down the left-hand side, De Silva, Henry and Benrahma, where they link up. Decent, very, very decent. Benrahma there with the first chance. Obviously, you'd want your chance to fall to Benrahma on the ground rather than in the air. Lockyer says, game looks great for a playoff. Well, there's a couple of things that bode well. The fact that Swansea are pressing the ball and not sitting back is helpful. Come on, the Villa, says Adi. Get your comments in. We are just coming up on my feed. I think I'm about 20 seconds behind. We're about 4 minutes in. Swansea pressing, Brentford with more quality on the ball thus far. Rowley's not on the bench. Scored 2 at Reading as Swansea win a free kick there. Which club do you prefer going to, and would you want to stay in the league between Swansea and Cardiff? Well, they're both blooming miles away, Bailey. I find the Swansea Stadium a little bit more appealing, I must say. Lewis on Derby here. Swansea trying to play out from the back. Van der Horn ping into the left wing back spot there. Do you think Chris Martin will stay on at Derby? Possibly. Mulder getting charged down there by Benrahma. Looked a bit overly relaxed, bit scrappy in midfield at the moment. As a good player, QPR will find it hard to keep hold of him. Absolutely, they will. Matthew says, is Gallagher in the midfield 3 or ahead in a central attacking midfield role? I think the idea, Matthew, is both. That it's going to be one of those ones where behind the ball, Gallagher's going to try and fold in front. It's a good question because is he in a triangle with the front two or with the double pivot? So they're going to try and get him in between both, but obviously they're going to want attacking thrust to come down the sides, aren't they? So I suspect they're going to want him further forward than further back, let's just say. Routledge apparently injured at the end of the game. Celebrating lots of goals he was scoring there. Benrahma dropping right into a deep central midfield position. If anyone can have a look, is he? No, he's not being followed. So Benrahma presumably has been told go and find the space. You can come in off the side, and Rico Henry can come and fill that space up. Swansea quite direct actually. They're not messing around with it at the back at the moment. I suspect that will change as we go. Lewis asks, do you think QPR will be able to reinvest well with the Eze money of Sol? If Warburton gets it, I think he will invest well. Remember, we have heard some stories about Warburton wanting to use a certain agent the whole time. If he doesn't do that, then I suspect it'll look a bit better there. Swansea, that's the 3rd straight ball they've played directly up to Ayew and Brewster so far in this game. Liam, of all the teams in the playoffs, who do you think will need the least amount of money spent on their squad to stay up in the Prem? Well, that's the nicest guy in prison, isn't it, Liam? They're all going to need to spend a load of money. But in terms of the least money spend, probably Fulham, I would say. Attention to detail is insane, hopefully, in this feed. Brentford in the box on the attack there. That went loose from Mulder. Henry following it in. Van der Horn went down. Hopefully we'll get a look at a replay of that. He assumed he was fouled. Benrahma down the left. He's obviously going to cut in on his right foot. Dangerous cross. Benrahma started the game well, which bodes well. We're just seeing a replay now. See what happened to Mike van der Horn. And Buemo crosses it in. Everybody's onside. Oh, dearie me, Van der Horn. Van der Horn backed in and then kind of just fell over on his backside there. Not impressed with that, trying to win a free kick. Attacking corner for Brentford from the left, you would assume. Ben Rama will swing this one in. The plan is they've crowded the keeper. Watch Ethan Pinnock go for the back post, as he always tends to. I can't see him in there. Is he still on the goal line? Corner fired into the near post there. Mayhew doing his job there. Trying to catch the keeper out there, crowd him, and then swing it right in under the crossbar there. Lewis asked, do you think it will be hard for them to keep young players? I think they need to play this ball in the box again from Brentford, and the ref has blown up there. Linesman's flag, it's an offside there. Plucky says, sorry, Ben, I was going to watch, but mix on commentary. So he's getting his Now TV pass there. Brentford are a lot nearer, but I know far more Swansea fans. Can't think of any Brentford fans offhand. Swansea trying to play out from the back here for the first time. They've gone direct a couple of times. Grimes nearly giving away a horrible one there. Still a fair old pace in this game, given away by Grimes. He looks a bit nervous, touched off by Ben Rama, De Silva, Henry. They move the ball so nicely down that left, don't they? Given away by Jensen, though. And Brentford are offside one more time. Bailey asks, is it possible that this year's championship could be a bit softer than usual and a bit easier to succeed? Big clubs like Leeds and West Brom have gone, and the teams coming down are not huge. Pass. It depends what the effect the virus has. Honest. Let me know your thoughts so far. I'm 9 minutes 40 into my screen. 0-0, Trevor. I think Brentford are just edging this. Brentford playing their natural game a little bit more, I think, than Swansea. Gallagher taking hair advice from Mr. Bloom, and so he should. A lockdown trim. Lewis says, if Swansea win the playoffs, what a story that would be. But Brentford are hard to see past with the bad form. The quality of the squad will be too much as a QPR fan. Bitter pill to swallow. Keith Stroud enjoying hearing the sound of his own voice. Ryan Brewster enjoying hearing it less. Heretic says, Keith Stroud having a great game. Of course he is, Mr. Stroud there. 10 minutes up, 10 minutes 24 on the clock now as Brentford playing out from the back. Dalsgaard fouled by Brewster there. Ben, can you pop a scoreboard thingy on? Yeah, let's do that, Russ. It is Swansea 0, Brentford 0, Bosch. There it is. I think Swansea look like they've got a fairly disruptive game plan here. There's been a few direct passes. They're pressing very, very hard. And so far, there's only been sort of probably about 90 seconds to 2 minutes of decent Brentford possession, I would suggest. I'll have a look and see what Infogol are saying stat-wise so far. But that's what my eye test is telling me. 64% Brentford on the possession thus far. Obviously, that doesn't tell us territory. Not much in it on the completed passes, though. So they're not dominating it as such. Mayhew out to Bidwell down the left-hand side. Support again from Mayhew. Good turn. And he's bought himself a free kick there. Mayhew is a really good player, isn't he? Very decent player in this Swansea side. Have you a thing for Stroud? Oh, he's just irritated me when he's been refereeing Ipswich before. There we go. I don't want to be that guy, though. A bit sloppy, but Brentford have more idea. Attacking free kick here for Swansea, as Charlie says. It was Norgard who did him really to draw the foul. It looks like Gallagher is over this. Van der Horn, I can see, standing in an offside position. Gallagher's going to take this one right-footed. Guay lining up there on the back post. Brentford look like they've got the height advantage. Decent free kick there. Raya was flapping behind that. I think Norgard got the header clear. But we're offside again. Very, very stoppy game so far. Druid man, isn't AU getting on a bit? Free kick in. Very silly from Van der Horn, actually. He was trying to stand in an offside position, then come back, and then he jumps right in front of Norgard and is therefore offside. Good call by the linesman on that one. Joe says, not a fan of Stroud. Jared Gillet, I don't know who that is, in my humble opinion, best referee in the Championship. Gallagher looks like he's playing 10 so far. Yes, he does, doesn't he? Swansea have had probably territory now for coming up for 2.5 minutes. Steve Cooper will be pretty happy with this thus far. Remember, no away goals. There's not a sense that you play differently in the home game than the away game. So far, Neil Warnock's Red and White Army, says Matthew, who has a Middlesbrough stadium as his avatar there. Ball in the air a lot in that middle third, which is very un-Brentford-like, isn't it? Defensive throw-in now. Dalsgaard tosses it down the line. Ben Rama, I'd like to see his heat map. He's now appeared over on... Oh! Ben Rama just did the Romario sweep through Fulton's legs there. Absolutely filthy bit of skill by Ben Rama. Mike, about 90 seconds behind on TV here. I wonder if there is a goal and I'm quick. No, the bookies will never be behind. Remember, they shut everything down the second the ball goes anywhere near the goal, don't they? Lovely bit of skill there by Ben Rama. Remember the Romario sweep where you wrap your foot around the ball and he put it through Fulton's legs there. I hope someone gets a nice gif of that one for us. Brentford have sent men forward for this free kick. Swansea holding a very, very high line. As always, watch out for Pinnock on these free kick. Ollie Watkins is giving some kind of signal. De Silva and Jensen over the free kick. Ben Rama is on for the short one, and he's 1v1 with Grimes, actually, if they do play it short for him. Looks like Brentford have got some clever free kick planned here. Be interesting to see how this pans out. Jensen, not good delivery, headed away on the near post. Henry has got it now down the left wing. Deep cross by him. Oh, they're caught under the ball. Watkins, misses his kick there. Fulton's had a poor 2 minutes there defensively. First of all, he got nutmegged by Ben Rama. As this goes into the box, underneath the ball there, got in Bidwell's way as well. He needs to get himself together there. Fulton, Jay Fulton. Watkins needed a better connection. He needed any type of connection there. Completely missed his kick, didn't he? Am I Russell Brand's love child? Not that I'm aware of. Swansea have had a very short-term plan for this season, says Lewis, with the loan players. Do they have a long-term one if they go all the way? Probably not yet, but I suspect it will be written very, very quickly. Mike says, Grimes has surprised me at Swansea. He wasn't great at these. Yeah, he's definitely improved a lot, and he's benefited from working with Graham Potter and Steve Cooper. Ben Rama in the 10 position, tries to squidge that one through on the run. Reverse ball, left foot for Watkins. Unlucky there. Charles, staying neutral in the playoffs. My team went up as champions. Good luck, all 4 teams. Here's Ben Rama on the run in the Premier League. That's offside. In the Championship, the linesman signals play on there. But it looked like an armpit offside that we get in the Premier League, don't we, with the VAR? DJ Hype says, Ben, thoughts on Luton staying up? Amazing. Absolutely brilliant stuff. May lose Collins next season, yeah. And Panzu, good player as well. Swansea attacking down the left wing. Here's Bidwell. Bidwell, territory-wise, has started this game well. He's got forward nicely and just tried to drag Jensen back with him. Obviously, end product not quite there, and he's going to get in trouble for just swoop. Oh, is Stroud going to book him? Oh, dearie me. Deary me. A yellow card for Bidwell. Let's have a look at the replay here. Dalsgaard, I'm going to have to go on a rant about this one. To be fair, he takes his legs away. But one of the most things that annoys me the most in football is that in any other position on the pitch, it's an obstruction to not play the ball, except when you're shepherding the ball out. I don't know why they're never given as instructions. I've been wanting forever for referees to be told, look, shepherding the ball out is a foul. You're not playing the ball. You're just standing and playing the man. So I think Bidwell was silly. He got suckered in there, but there we go. Let's have a look. Luton v Watford next season. Why would I have thought that 5 years ago? Well, you wouldn't have, would you? God, I don't know how far the distance was apart. Yeah, a few seasons ago, Watford were Premier League and Luton were League Two. Keith Stroud making it all about him. Yes, we've had this before. Kyle says, how do I think Bournemouth, Watford and Norwich will do back in the Championship? Ben Rama's in the deep line midfield position again. He really is on a wonder this time. Interesting to see his heat map. We'll get it up at half-time at some point. Bournemouth, Watford and Norwich, it all depends on the recruitment, who goes out and who goes in. If they get that right, they should all be with parachute payments as well, at least in the top six. But there you go. Heretic says, if you can control the ball, you can do what you wish in terms of shepherding. If it's too far away, exactly, then it's a foul for holding. I'll have to look at my IFAB laws on that, but surely moving away from the ball and playing the man is a foul. But yeah, you have to move away from the ball indeed. Doesn't feel like a playoff semi-final. Here comes Dalsgaard forward for Brentford into De Silva, given away to Van der Horn. Roberts, right wing back. Grimes in the deep line position. Progresses that mayhew playing it down the line there with the outside of the left foot. He's all over the place. Fed into Gallagher, nice into Brewster. Good hit, good save. First decent chance of the game there. And I love the speed of the attack by Swansea there, because it didn't look like it was going anywhere. Mayhew, one progressive pass. Lovely ball there. I think it was Roberts. Clever ball inside from Gallagher. Brewster went for the early shot rather than trying to hit the far corner there. Decent save by Raya. Does Brewster need to go cold there and try and hit the far corner with a bit less pace? Nice attack by Swansea, though. What a save, says Charlie. Good save, Raya, says Matthew. Oh, nearly Swans. Great save, Raya. Mike says, I think Frank has moved Ben Rama heavily marked in his normal position in the last two games. You'd think as a left winger coming inside, though, when there's a full-back and a right-sided centre-back there, sorry, a wing-back and a right-sided centre-back, you think you could play the two off against each other if you're in Ben Rama's position. But he certainly does seem to be wondering. He's sat in the 10 position now, Ben Rama, as well. So maybe some kind of matching up going on there in terms of matching the front three shape. Here's De Silva. Rico Henry, such a good outlet at left back, isn't he? Watkins has pulled all the way over to the left wing now. Definitely rotating that Brentford front three as they always do. Matthew says game opening up. We hope so. We're going to come up for the dreaded drinks break, I'm sure, very, very soon. My feed says 21:45. Bidwell, other than the yellow card, I like his starting position in this game. Who do I think's had the better start, Charlie? Not much in it. Brentford have played more their own game. I think Swansea seem to have a plan more specific for this game and this tie, and they seem to be executing it fairly well. We're very tight so far. We're going for a drinks break. David says, what sort of red wine have we got? It's a lovely Pinot Noir here. Is it a French one? Yeah. a nice French Pinot Noir. Lovely stuff. Subscribe, people. If you're in the chat, hit the subscribe button. Thomas Frank has got his tactics board out again. I love seeing this on the pitch. Let's see if we can get a close-up of where he's moving everything around there. Wolf says, just livening up, and it's a damn full water break. Hopefully this all goes okay. I'm just going to open up another window. Let me know if it affects the stream in any way, and I will try and get us some stats up to have a look at, so we can just see what the boffins are saying thus far as we go to the water break. Let me just bring that up, and we'll try and take a snapshot of that. I'm just going to go full screen away. Hopefully there are no problems with that, and we can have a little looky and see what's going on stats wise. I must say, sometimes when I fly the pictures in, it does mess things up in the feed. Let's just have a look at the stats so far. Let's just bring that out, and hopefully we can have a little look there. 56-44 in terms of Brentford on the possession, 1 attempt each on target, 2 off, and cross to the back post. Oh, Watkins, chance there. That came literally, I'll take the stats away, right from the restart there. Watkins, nice ball outside of the right foot. Poor from Roberts, dives in on Henry. Lovely cross that. Oh, he should score. Let's have another look. We've got another replay there. Really good cross. Guay sucked under it. I just think Guay jumping up in front of Watkins there puts him off. Watkins has been really good in between the posts in the air here. Brentford look good here. Benrahma tries to squeeze Watkins through again. Really lively stuff. On the red wine again, enter something about being posh. Hey, I can enter something about not having a job at the moment. There we go. Big up the tactics board. There we are. So probably best chance of the game there. Brewster had the one up the other end. Do I think away goals should count? What, towards the score? Of course. Should they count extra? No, absolutely not. Completely unfair for away goals to count double, because the team that finishes top plays at home second. The team that finishes higher, game goes to extra time, then the lower finishing team gets an extra 30 minutes to score away goals, which effectively takes the advantage that the team earned during the season for finishing higher, and in fact disadvantages a team for finishing higher. So no, not a fan of that. Oh dear, what's he doing at the far post? Guay, yes, got really sucked under the ball there. Who of the playoff managers has done the best job so far? Well, obviously they've all done well to get there. I think some questions about Scott Parker. Maybe Neil Harris, being he's been there the shortest time. There you go. Jay totally agrees with me. I think they should make it so away goals count until extra time, and the team in the higher position should play at home second. Maybe. Have they brought on Burton yet? No. I don't know when we'll be seeing Burton, if we're going to see Burton. Brewster down the right-hand side. Players don't like getting tight to Brewster, do they? They know he can spin them and move them around real quick. Fourth official went to complain about the tactics board, did he? Can't understand why. I'm sure there'll be something in the IFAB app that says it's not allowed, but can't see why it's not allowed, really, if you want to reveal your tactics to Hallewell. Drinks break, or when it's quiet, question, when do you think the EFL Derby Sheffield Wednesday ruling? It must be before August the 5th, surely. You'd hope so. It's getting ridiculous now. Transfer window opens tomorrow, doesn't it? So some teams don't know. They don't know what division they'll be in to be buying players. Away goals gives the away team more incentive to attack, but I agree they shouldn't count if the game goes to extra time. It just seems a little bit pulled out of the air. Why is scoring away better than scoring at home? I don't get it. I really don't get it. But there we go. I think if you're going to do something to jazz the playoffs up, it would be more like the third place team goes straight to the final, and then you get you can add some more games. Then you can have a two-legger for seventh versus fourth, a two-legger for fifth versus sixth. Then you can have a two-legger for the winner of that, and they play third place. You could do that, but no. Having seen, Matthew says transfer window opens up tomorrow. Having seen Ipswich lose twice on away goals, having finished miles ahead, particularly if Bolton the year they lost, not liking it at all. When will the schedule for next year be realised? I'd imagine a week or two before the Prem. No, I think it's the same date, isn't it? September the 12th. Just quickly, we're 28 minutes up now. I think straight from the water break, Brentford had a bit of intensity, but it's evened out since, certainly territory-wise. That one decent chance apiece, one for Brewster, one for Watkins on the back stick thus far. Charlie says, they need to sort out Sheffield Wednesday soon. Yeah, fixtures due, transfer window opening. Crazy stuff. Can't believe I just licked the top off the wine bottle as I spilt some there. Live on YouTube, dearie me. The playoffs don't need any more jazzing up. They're brilliant. Yeah, fair comment, Dave. Fair comment indeed. Keith Stroud giving more free kicks. Swansea committing men forward for this one. Grimes going to take it with the left foot. Pontus Jansson holding the line. Whipped in, out swinger, and Jansson easy header away. Roberts fed out to Cabango, who pings it in, and Raya is going to catch that all day long. I guess it stops the higher team going for a 0-0 away and then get a 1-0 at home. Well, why would you want to stop that? Is the thing? It's a two-legged football match. If you score more goals, you win. But I don't know. Not a fan of away goals. Brentford just aren't on it. Very flat, and if not careful, will ship a goal in the later stages. I think you need to pay Swansea some credit for their pressing plan, but Brentford for the last three games haven't managed to really get their passing going. I'm including this one as one of those three games. Although if you're Brentford and you take them back and it is 0-0, one game at Griffin Park to do it. Owen, with his Forest badge, says, Hi, Owen. I'm surprised you're not terrified of the playoffs after what happened to Forest there. Ben Rama slide tackle on Ayew. Love to see it. And they've won the ball, actually. Ayew's given that away. Here comes Mbuemo. Watkins down the left-hand side. Everyone seems to have stopped. Or Van der Horn does. Never liked the away goal rule in any tournament. I'm kind of with you, Callum. If Ipswich get promoted next season, we should all send Ben White. I think that is a tremendous side. I guess Forest are playing at Vicarage Road in the Vitality Stadium. Yes, they are indeed next season. Watkins offside in the build-up to that one. Swansea. It's interesting from the Swansea kickoffs. Brentford going man-to-man on the back three there. Swansea resorting to a lot of pinged balls from Van der Horn out wide either side, particularly Bidwell's side. Obviously, he's a taller player and better in the air than Roberts on the other side. But both teams doing good jobs of cancelling each other out, particularly in the early phases of building up play, aren't they? Away goal only valid when there is no extra time. I mean, that negates my rule. I just find it arbitrary, heretic. I'd rather go to penalties than sort it on away goals. Dalsgaard's having great fun with Keith Stroud here. Another free kick he's given away. Brican, if I'm pronouncing his name right, is shaking. Enjoy the game, hey? I'm about 20 seconds behind Baps on my app here. No TV in this room. No TV in my house, in fact. Only my iPad. Attacking free kick here on the left wing. Can't see who's going to take it. Gallagher, right-footed, in swinger to the back post. Poor deliveries so far from Swansea. Raya commanding his box. They've got the line right, and Raya has caught everything. Counter-attack here down the left-hand side. Watkins on the ball. Swans players back nicely into position. They've defended well, Swansea, so far. Jensen has it right side of midfield. Here's Ben Rama on the right wing. Lovely skill there to stand up. Gallagher, he's laid it back. First time shot from Norgard. That was the most defensive midfielder shot I think I've ever seen there. He just tries to keep control of it. I think a whipped ball across the box here was the right thing. That's poor from Norgard. He's got Watkins and Mbuemo in there. Good defending though from Swansea in terms of getting the team shape back behind the ball. How do we think Reading will do next season? I'm sure Charlie will answer that one. Brentford just the past 90 seconds or so with more attacking territory. Trying to move the ball, but Swansea's pressing and defensive shape has been decent so far. Dalsgaard's got it in the... Yeah, that's very telling. There was just a ball across the pitch, so you could see the Swansea shape move laterally. And it does look very tight, actually, particularly when Brentford are in sort of deep midfield positions and in the fullback positions as well. Here's George, still basking in the glory of West Brom's promotion. How do I think Reading will do? Depends all on the ownership, doesn't it, Matthew? I think if they sell Swift and raise a bit of money, they could reinvest it. There's good players at Reading, but just always seem to be bottom six or trying to push into lower mid-table, don't they? So we'll see. Another team struggling to compete with the Parachute Boys. Another direct straight ball forward, looking for Brewster to run the channel or AU to run the channel there. The pressing is still working though. Brewster right pressing in on Raya there. And Ben Rama is the latest guy to be arguing with Keith Stroud, giving probably the 50th free kick in this one. Both teams cancelling each other out so far. Got zip all over this one. Yeah, looking that way so far. Russ, particularly from the restarts, we're starting to see both teams have to play more long straight balls, which they're not set up to do. Here comes Mbuemo on the right-hand side. He's going to want to go on his left foot, isn't he? He wins the corner, though. Fair dues to him. HITC Sport predicted Swans 21st this season. Look where we are now. Do you know what? On the floor of my office here, I've got my predictions actually written down because I did them the other day. Where did I have Swansea? 10th. 4 places wrong, I was indeed. Attacking corner for Brentford, right-hand side. Jensen is going to play it. That Irish guy is pretty clueless. There we go. Come to this channel where you would have got 5 of the top 6 in the right place and 5 of the bottom 6. Just saying, only Millwall and Huddersfield stitched me up in my predictions. Right, corner hung up to the back post. Classic Brentford corner. Pinnock there. I don't know how people don't have that one scouted over and again. Keith Stroud thinks football is a non-contact sport. Remember, people get confused with this on the non-contact thing, don't they? There is such thing as fair contact, but it doesn't mean that all contact is fair. I think football fans get in a bit of a muddle about that. They think, oh, contact, it's okay. But there is such thing as fair contact in terms of jumping fairly to challenge a ball. But no, not all contact is a foul, Callum, I agree. Puskás looked amazing under 20 euros. Lucas João, yeah, great for an hour. Even Pele, lots of attacking talent. Yeah, did have a good roster of strikers there. Coming up, 37 minutes. Very cat and mouse now, this one. Let's put the 0-0 up, even though you all know here. Nice one in the channel. Dalsgaard commits himself. Gallagher comes inside. He still has it. Bidwell crosses first time to the back post. I think it was Roberts up from wing back. Did a great job of... oh, no, it was Henry, not Pinnock. Or was it Brewster in there on the back post? Good leap there. Let's have a look here. Knocked back by Gallagher. Bidwell's not played bad in this game, has he? No, it was Brewster. Beg Robert's pardon there. And he wins the corner. Yeah, decent leap, but Henry is a smaller fullback covering on the back post. No TV in my gaff, absolutely not. Gallagher whips the he's hit the post. Oh, what has happened there? That's a huge chance for Brewster. He's literally a yard out there. Has the ref blown up? That's a hell of a miss if there's no foul in there. Corner, great corner. AU, to be fair, Brewster is offside, but that might be a new phase of play, actually. AU up, wins the header. No, that's a new phase of play, in my opinion. Brewster's got to score there, hasn't he? So, given the rules with the phases of play, I think Brewster's onside there because he's not in the goalkeeper's eye line. AU hits the post and Brewster is 1 yard out there. Yeah, goodness me, indeed. Close from Swansea, indeed. Bidwell's been amazing since the restart. Thomas Frank having words with Mbuemo there. David Raya is still down. Probably, does he look hurt? Oh, I think he's just slowing the game down there. Michael says, I hate refs that gives loads of unnecessary free kicks. Let's have a look on Infogol and see if we've got an XG for that goal. It's going to be very, very high, I would have thought, if it's come up yet on the XG map. 57% probability of scoring there. That is a big chance for Rhian Brewster there. AU header in against the post. That's not the big chance. Brewster in an offside position, but arguably not offside until after the ball hits the post. It's a new phase of play coming back, at which point he's onside, I think. And then Stroud gets away with it with the foul. There we go. Garda Thunder and rock and roll, says Gene Simmons, for all you Kiss fans there. This season, Brentford have won all 3 games when Stroud has reffed. Swansea have lost twice and drawn when Stroud has reffed them. Guys, I'm going to put the fan on here. Let me know if it either messes with the picture or you can hear it, and I'll turn it off. Brewster made an effort to hit the ball prior to hitting the post, though. Looked offside, yeah. That might be a fair comment there. Given the chances, I can see a cheeky 1-0 from Ben Rama. Remember, if we're talking chances here, I should probably write these down. Brewster, Watkins header, and then the AU post and Brewster chance again. It's gone through on Infogol, so we'll see. Shaylee's made some paella. I wonder if she'll bring me some up. Are you watching, darling? Bring me some up. That'd be amazing. These games should have VAR. Too much money in it. Well, there you go. Arguably, it is a different tournament, isn't it? So we will see if they do put it in. Was there not VAR in the playoff final last year? I can't remember. And they have VAR in the FA Cup, don't they? There we go. Hard as a Swansea fan, live in south of Cardiff, would rather lose to Brentford than face Cardiff in a playoff final. Mike says, Shaylee Bates, come and take over the commentary whilst Ben eats. See if she's up for it, hey? XG stats can be quite misleading when it comes to offside. Yesterday, Sissolo scored 4 disallowed goals. Yeah, offside shots shouldn't count towards XG for sure, should they? I don't know if they get included. They really shouldn't if there's been no flag. Oh, have we got a food delivery here, guys?
Hey.
There she is. Wonderful.
Mwah.
Mwah. Say hi to 212 people, darling.
Hi, 212 people.
Paella is pronounced paella. People don't say Marbella. Okay. Apologies. Thanks, Alan. Apologies, Panoramic 360, for pronouncing paella wrong. VAR in the FA Cup. Don't give me flashbacks to Swansea, Man City, indeed. Wolf says hiya. She'll probably be down in the feed in a little bit. Guys, do you mind if I take a little forkful of this lovely food? That's good. This is the best. Matt says hi. Charlie says hi. I don't want to talk with my mouth full. Terrible stuff. What's the story with League One and League Two next season? Do you think these clubs can afford to play without ticket revenue? Well, Jake, if they couldn't play previously, I don't know how they can play now, but looks like they're going to have to start for at least a month without, isn't it? Brentford are either getting worse or Swansea have their measure. Might be onto something there, Babs. What a woman. Absolutely, indeed. Fish or meat paella, asks Russ. I don't know if you can see it. It's got some prawns in it. It's really good, actually, to be fair. Brentford won't go up after after bottling it. I've got to stand up for Brentford and say it's very harsh to say that they bottled it. They say that they tripped up or just couldn't quite get over the line or what have you. We're coming up half-time now. Brentford pinging it around at the back, I guess. Both teams probably just want to get in, have a rest, and get instructions from their manager. They'll both be happy with 0-0, I think. Looks very good, I have to admit. I might have another forkful in a minute. I'll email you some, Russ. Get my order in for dessert. Yes, she's been baking as well. What a woman. Here come Brentford on the attack. De Silva, left side of the box. Henry, De Silva, attacker slowed down. Swansea in a good defensive shape again. They'll score when you're eating. There we go. Looks very good. There we go. Here's Ben Rama. Brilliant turn. Into the ball. Superb. Oh, what a player that guy is. Ben Rama, absolutely brilliant skill to get through. Pretty poor shot after he'd done so well. Look at that turn between two. Drops his shoulder. So, he is such a good player. Did you see where he shifted the ball from right foot to left foot there on the replay? What a slalom. You know, he just gets a bad touch away on the right foot. Not a great shot. Superb build up there. He's through and misses by a country mile there. Where am I looking? You're being too kind to Brentford, Ben. They only needed 2 points in their final game. They definitely bottled it. Come dine with me. Ipswich Town series. Fulham known as the prawn sandwich. Oh, anyone who eats prawns is posh. There we go. You can buy them in Aldi, Russ. I promise. Ben Rama. I think Lukaku. There we go. Gutted. I had Ben Rama first scorer. If Leeds did a Brentford, we would say that Leeds bottled it. So why did it? It's very, very different with what Leeds did last season. Leeds had 4 big home games across 3 or 4 months and lost to Norwich, lost to Sheffield United, lost to Wigan, and lost in the playoffs to Derby. Whereas Brentford won 8 on the trot and had 2 chances. One was an away game against Stoke and one was the last day of the season. So I think that's why it's a little bit different. I suppose I should write that Ben Rama chance down there. West Ham fans saying Norwich were prawns. Oh, I've been to Norwich. Purely working class there, isn't it? Lovely part of the world, actually. Are we going to half time now? Does anyone mind if I have a fork full of food here? I'll do it as politely as I can. Matthew is enjoying Gallagher. He's got to play with a lot of discipline in this game, Gallagher, hasn't he? Like you mentioned, Matthew, in respects of making the triangle with the deep midfield and then the triangle with the forwards as well. Arguably, when you're playing Brentford, it's a more important job defensively. Look at Ben Rama's starting position when he's receiving the ball. Benrahma has received the ball in a deep central midfield position 4 or 5 times in this game. He's definitely been told, get off that left wing when you're marked and get in the game. Jensen, Norgard, Benrahma. Tried to flip. I love Benrahma. Tried to flip the ball over the head of the defender there. Excuse me. Benrahma starting to get a bit free. Could be the difference. Jensen getting right in the linesman's face. Keith Stroud running over in lovely fashion. Yellow card there for Jensen. Let's have a look. Brewster gets past. I couldn't see who that was. Oh, yeah, it's a yellow card. Complete body check there by Jensen. He goes past Pinnock too easily there, doesn't he? We're going to get a good view of it from this side. Oh, God. Okay. Yellow card. Yellow card. Get it down your neck there. Brewster fouled, then fouled himself, then got fouled again. Stroud letting everything go. How much do you think Benrahma is in the market? Benrahma sold to a Premier League team, i.e. not in the Champions League. You're looking at 25 million to a Champions League team. Add 10 million onto that. Here's an attacking free kick then. Right-hand side. Grimes, 2 hands up. Flat ball in, left-footed. And Raya has caught every single one of those, hasn't he? He's had a good half, Raya, as has Bidwell, as has Benrahma, I think. The camera is on Andre Ayew. He hit the post. Ollie Watkins, we're now coming off for half time. Guys, get your comments in on the first half. Please tell me if anything goes wrong. I'm just navigating away from the screen and I will get you the first half stats and we can throw them up in just a jiffy. Sky have gone to their ad break now, so we can have a little look at the stats here. If I hit the upload button, get your thoughts in, please, on the first half. But before you do, why don't I give you some stats to help you make up your mind. We are 0-0 here. It's a tight one, isn't it? So Brentford edging the possession, 53 to 47 there. 3 attempts on target to 2 there. It's the off-target attempts that we need to talk about, though, because Ayew did hit the post and Watkins did header wide, really well positioned. 1-1 on block shots, 3 saves to 2 in a Brentford attack in favour there. Look at that, total passes. Swansea, more total passes than Brentford. That's rare. That shows possibly Swansea game plan working here. Completed passes, Swansea as well, in fact. So Swansea probably edging this, aren't they, in terms of the stats? Corners 2-1, and then some defensive stuff. I always look at games in respects of chances, and I think in terms of what's been created in this game, Brewster's one on the floor, then Ayew hitting the post, and Brewster, if he wasn't offside, should really score from the follow-up. I think we had that down on Infogol as a 57% chance, very high on the XG. But Watkins peeling off on the back post. Someone's about to ask me, I'm sure, what was the XG for Watkins' header? Remember, a header always a lower XG than a shot on the floor in the same position. Let me just bring the XG map up and I'll see if I can answer that before we go to comments. No, low on the XG there, 0.68. So most of Swansea's XG is all on that Ryan Brewster chance if it didn't get knocked off for offside there. Bielsa has put Benrahma on his wish list. So we keep hearing here. Remember, Brentford v Leeds, BMW would not start. Excuse me, guys, I'm going to take one forkful of dinner. Even Stevens, still going for a Swans win. Could go either way. Very tight, isn't it? Excuse my mouthful. He says, I predicted 2-2. I think it might be 1-1. Joe says, Swansea to edge it 1-0. I think they are edging it at the moment, just, aren't they? There's not much in it. I always say, guys, bit of quality, refereeing decision. For God's sake, we've got Keith Stroud, haven't we? In fact, Luke's on it there. What's the odds Keith Stroud giving a debatable penalty to ruin the game? Tight game. 1 goal will win this. I think the Benrahma switch of position is going to work. Benrahma is at it, isn't he? He's playing pretty decent. We've seen him affect the game. We've seen him do things and come short, and that brilliant dribble at the end to create the chance for himself. I think he's looking okay today. Seem to hear a lot of negative things about him. Who's that? Indeed, Anir sticking with a 2-1. 2-1 prediction. I think Bidwell's playing quite well in this game. He got suckered in by Dalsgaard for the yellow card, but I think territory-wise and starting position-wise, he's looked very, very decent, hasn't he? Chris is happy. Brentford fan, great first half. Up the bees, he says. Quickly, if you don't mind, guys. Baggies forever, not quite as exciting as last year's playoffs, but anything can happen now. Baggies forever, I've got a bone to pick with you because I watched West Brom play a flat back 5 in both playoff games against Villa last season. But they did take the lead, didn't they, through Dwight Gale. Guys, could I get your thoughts really quickly on, just to change subject, the 3 relegated teams, what you think about each club, how they'll settle in the Championship. Where is my Premier League table, damn it? There it is. Sorry, Baggies forever. I'm going to have to remove your comment for 1 second there. Give me your thoughts on Bournemouth, Watford and Norwich's return to the Championship. Looking sharp, Ben. What do I think of the first half? I think it's very, very tight. We're just having another look at the Brewster chance. So in it goes. Dalsgaard touches that as well onto the post. If I'm refereeing that, Brewster is onside. He's not interfering, and then it's a new phase of play as soon as Dalsgaard touches that, in which case that's a huge chance for Brewster not quite reacting that, and they're not calling an offside there. Very, very interesting. Can we have Will Hughes back, says Dave, no doubt a Derby fan. They're a very good player, Will Hughes, isn't he? Whiteheart says, a quick goal on the break could open everything up. I have a bit of money on 3-1 to Swansea. We're just seeing Brewster's chance again on Sky. He hits it nice and cleanly. But I'm going to talk about a Norwich player. I'm going to talk about Timu Pukki. Just find the corner here. You don't need that much power. Find the corner, go across Raya there, and that's a big chance, I think. Excuse me, I'm going to have 1 forkful of food before it gets too cold. Just having a look at some Brentford chances. Sorry. Cover my mouth there. Right, we're going to see the Watkins chance here. Paul by Roberts dives in. No, he's got to score that, hasn't he? Watkins pulling off at the far post. Guay stuck on there. It's really good movement from Watkins, to be fair. But once he's made the move off the back of his man, he's got to control the header better. I'm looking at the Benrahma chance now. Oh, what a goal that would have been. The skill when he goes around Van der Horn to go right foot, left foot. To be fair, Guay closes him down quite well. If Guay's further over, Benrahma goes for the curler into the corner and probably scores that one. But the dribble was just sumptuous, wasn't it? Jake says Norwich will be mid-table. Max says Watford in the Championship will be interesting. Their squad, especially their attacking players, are top half Premier League. But bad management has led them to this. Surely one of the best teams to get relegated. I will bow to your guys' superior knowledge. You know I'm a Championship guy. I keep showing a Watkins back header there that Mulder tipped round the post. I haven't been mentioning that, haven't I? Bournemouth will struggle when Eddie Howe leaves. Shame that Bournemouth went down. Always trying to play football, but too many blackouts this season. Totally agree. Really, really quickly, can I just drink to all of you guys now? The channel has gone from strength to strength over lockdown. As most of you know, I lost my job. I'm trying to give it a good go, and through your support and through viewing figures and super chats, there's a chance I can do this for a living, and it's all down to you guys. So thank you so much. John says, thankfully, the pre-season press nonsense will be short duration. Yes, it will. But Sean, transfer window opens tomorrow. Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it indeed. Swansea love a 4-1. Not going to get one today, though, are they? Very tight game. Newsgirl says, what's up with your hair? We're talking about football, Newsgirl. What are you obsessing about my hair for? Jesus. Ask a question about football, damn it. Same 3 coming down, same order as 2015. Is that true? Wow. Surely Bournemouth weren't up in 2015, were they? All 3 teams will be very strong, says Heretic. Good clubs that don't appear to have overstretched themselves. Interesting. Bournemouth should be fine on today's performance. Watford and Bournemouth going to lose lots of good players. Bournemouth might have their first team gutted. Sick for them next season. Interesting, says Druid Man. Watford will go the way of Stoke and Huddersfield too, I imagine. Interesting. A slow start, that is. White Hart Dane says, feeling sorry for the Watford supporters, but the Potso family deserved full on to get relegated. Mike says, Norwich and Bournemouth, I think, will compete at the top. Watford, I'm not sure with the owners. Luke asks, in this game, who will be more happy with a 0-0? I think it'd be Brentford, isn't it? It's the team who's playing at home second. So we'll see. You're concerned about Bielsa to Barcelona. Wow, that'd be something, wouldn't it? Bon appetit, indeed. Bournemouth can get tons of money for Ake, Wilson and Brooks. Brooks might even go back to Sheffield United, mightn't he? That would be great. Raise a glass for Villa, will you, Ben? I will hit. And if we've got any other Villa fans in the chat, dearly departed, the show next season will now confirmed be covering Aston Villa, Sheffield United, Leeds, West Brom, and the winner of the playoffs. Rico says Watford could bounce back, not Norwich or Bournemouth for me. Buon. Oh, I can't pronounce in Spanish. Looking forward to Troy Deeney next season. Pookie doesn't have a strong shot on him, chicken legs really, but pacey and knows when to make the run. I wasn't saying he had a strong shot, look. Yes, I was saying he had an accurate shot. But remember that goal he scored at Leicester for Norwich? Absolutely leathered it into the top corner. But yeah, fair point. I just like the way he just passed it into the corner so many times. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to have a fork full of food. I'm eating very slowly, I promise, which is quite the novelty for me. Normally woof my food down. Beanie back where he belongs with his beloved Blues. Huh. Mick McCarthy to Watford. I'm all over that. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? He'd probably finish first with him, wouldn't he? There we go. If they keep their managerial decisions, I see Watford down the table. Interesting. George says, out of all the relegated teams, I say Bournemouth will do the best. Loads more comments on that. Guys, will you be doing match reviews when 2 of the dearly departed clubs play each other? That is a wonderful idea, Max. Yes, let's do that. We will do that. In fact, I'm going to write that down. So dearly departed vs each other. Yes, that's an excellent idea. Russ says, talk Potso family might sell. Also, Watford have just taken out huge loan future earnings. Pookie leather shot was against Newcastle, certainly not Leicester. Leicester away, Russ. Look it up. Pookie goes through with his left foot, I believe, as well, and just smashes it into the top corner. I think I'm right. What are my predictions for the playoffs? I predict this game will be continue to be tight. In fact, let's just bung you up a banner, guys, real quickly there. Second half predictions. Please get your second half predictions into the comments for me. That would be very, very wonderful. Second half predictions into the comments for me. Sky plug in some golf. Looks like we're just about. As I eat some more food, sorry, see my mouth full. Looks like we're just about back. Mark Condes warming up. Burn Sant Selena warming up. Sky think those are the guys. Oh, no. Which is the one in an away game where he just leathers it into the top corner? Southampton, Russ. Southampton away. I'm definitely right about that. I'm certain. Score predictions in the final half. I think there's only going to be one goal in it, isn't there? Rickan, if I'm pronouncing your name right, I'm sorry if I butchered it, says 4-1. 1-1. 1-1. We're hoping for goals. 2-1 Swansea. 1-0 here. Jin says, I hope you well do Premier League. Now, got a bit of rice in my throat, excuse me. Check out Jin's Bangra Leeds United song. Fantastic stuff. Jin, post a link to it up in the comments. Hopefully I'm getting it right. It's Punjabi Leeds United music. Absolutely superb stuff. Jin. Ethan says 0-0. Could happen, couldn't it? Brentford dominate. Swansea get a header to equalise at the end. Interesting. Watford took a massive loan against next season TV money already. Interesting. 0-2. Haven't got a substitute? Who have Sky got a close-up on there? Players just coming out for the second half. I wouldn't imagine there'd be any substitutes. Yeah, I think it might have just been Christian Norgard. Right, 1-0 Brentford, 3-1. 1-0 Luke Chadwick, who once scored for Norwich in a local derby against Ipswich. 1-0 Swansea, sticking with 2-0 Swans. Jesus, is that you, Declan? If I had £1 for every time, probably have £100 at least from YouTube alone. Will Ben finish his food first? Or will Brentford and Swansea score first? Is it starting to rain there? Look, there's still all of that in there. Let's have a looky. Ipswich, James. Oh, hi, James. 0-1. So Brentford is saying 1-0 AU here. 1-0 Swansea, 1-0 Brentford. All over the place here, aren't we? 1-0 Swansea. So second half has... oh, God, Russ. Jesus. Taking off Norgard would be strange. I think he was just warming up there. Right, we are 0-0. Where is my banner there? Can Brentford start getting their stuff together? Remember, as we get towards 60, 70 minutes, both sides are going to start to be looking at writing this game off. So hopefully we get a goal very, very soon. Excuse me. One more fork full of food. Both teams just sizing each other up, start the second half. A few long balls into the corner. 1-0 Swansea. Dean Smith is a bay, says hip to the game. Never had him called that. There we go. Here's Gallagher. Out left wing to Bidwell. Oh, Stroud's going to book him for that. Yeah, of course he is. Yellow card for Bidwell. For Dalsgaard on Bidwell there. That's been a really good battle between Dalsgaard and Bidwell. And other than Bidwell getting booked, I think Bidwell's probably just about had the better of it, hasn't it? And Keith Stroud, yes, loves it, doesn't he? Top stream so far. Thank you. If you're watching, hit the thumbs up button. Booking already. Darren says, hi, I was born with blue, yellow and white blood, but to be fair, Brentford deserved their chance as we don't do good against Welsh teams. Keep your stream going. Ben, top job. March time together. Right, free kick in from the left wing. Oh, decent shape on that. They went a bit deeper this time. Dropped the free kick in short. Ray has caught everything so far. I guess that was Gallagher. Ayew is good in the air for his size, isn't he? Unless he's deceptively tall. Nice flick header, beats Norgard in the air. Raya, who was in my team of the season, makes the save. Much better delivery. Some poor Swans free kicks in the first half. Have a break from the comments, Ben, and enjoy your food. Well, let's go and have some more paella. Swansea attacking down the left. Looks like Janssen leaving what I would call a fair one, but he leaves one on Gallagher there. Turn the camera on the TV. I think I might get demonetized for and blocked for Oxford. Second, guys, should be back. Let me just switch over to the right camera, and you should be able to see me. Panic over. Let me know you can all see me okay, and we are all back. Comment if you can see me. Are we okay? Yeah, good. Thank you. I have more viewers than All Leagues TV. I was on All Leagues TV yesterday. Great, guys. Sorry about that. Just as I was talking about being blocked, yeah. Google heard me, didn't we? Apologies for that. Someone asked me a question, Matthew, about Derby. What must Philippe Cocu do to make Derby playoff contenders next season? He needs to do his recruitment in the same way that Leeds did last year. You need to sell one player that's not going to be vitally important and keep all the rest of the young players. So I think he sells Bogle. Here's Ben Rama in the 10 position. Jensen. Oh, what a chance. What a chance for Brentford there. Ben Rama, as usual, with the key pass through to Jensen. And Jensen drags the shot wide, left-footed. I'm seeing a replay now. He's played onside by the fullback. Big chance for Brentford there. Ben Rama, as ever, with the creativity. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Big chance there for Jensen, which I should obviously write down. Yeah. And yes, Bogle would be the saleable asset. Get rid, keep the rest of the youngsters. Excuse me, I'm going to have one fork full of food here. Brentford managing to open up Swansea there. Here's Ben Rama again. Grimes gives away the throw-in. Brentford managing to keep the territory here. Here's Henry into the... Oh, Roberts just had a little poke out at Henry there. I think if Henry had felt that, he could have gone down. And remember, it's Keith Stroud. So hopefully the stream is all okay. My apologies. Probably an internet thing. We're trying to update the technology as we go. There's a new webcam on the top there. I've got a microphone and all sorts of stuff now. I think I need to upgrade my internet to cope with all of it. Attacking corner for Brentford from the left-hand side. Jensen's going to take it right-footed in swinger. Ben Rama short as ever. Pinnock and Dalsgaard crowding the goalkeeper. Short to Ben Rama. Back heel. Jensen. Keith Stroud doesn't like something. What's new here? He's having a chat with Brian and Buemo. And it looks like... is that Roberts holding his stomach like he's been knocked down like anything there? Ben, in all fairness, who'd like to see go up? Well, you know me and my thoughts on how distorting parachute payments are. So Brentford are the only team in the playoffs without parachute payments and have never had parachute payments. So I think I'd like to see Brentford do it, but may the best team win. Do I think Forest will keep Lamouchi? I think they should try to, but you never know what Mr. Marianakis will do. Andre Ayew is down, holding his nose, looking for blood, but there is none. Sky Guy's doing a good job of getting a nice close-up of his face there. Let's see what happened. Ayew looks okay. Jake says he got pegged in the face. Oof. Ouch. 0-0. Very, very tight here. Pinnock works the ball back to Raya, and Brentford are going to have to restart all over again. 3 West Midlands team in the Prem next season should be enjoyable. Who's that? West Brom, Leicester, and Villa. Yeah, lovely switch by Ben Rama. De Silva. And Buemo comes in off the wing. Where's the overlap? Here comes Dalsgaard. Good cross, very good cross. Excellent header clearance. I think Cabango, they're good football by Brentford. Dalsgaard just a bit slow in getting forward. You know, if that was Henry on the other side, he would have been there much quicker. Watkins. Oh, Cabango dives in on Watkins. Keith Stroud will definitely book him for that, surely. Yeah, out comes the yellow card. Oh, Wolves indeed. There we go. Ball to the face. He could have been killed. Leicester. Yeah, Leicester don't count as West Midlands. Of course they don't. Trevor says, as a Fulham fan, if we get to the final, I'd rather play Swansea, but Brentford are beatable. Attacking free kick. Brentford, right-hand side. Jensen's there. De Silva is there. Ben Rama as ever, 10 yards away from the free kick. Yeah, Sean, I got it wrong. So Jensen for the in-swinger, De Silva possibly for the out-swinger. Everyone's lined up on the back post. Excuse my mouthful. De Silva whips it in. Watkins, I think the idea was Watkins goes on his own to the near post. And they go early. Excuse me, I think a bit of rice flew out of my... There's a brilliant delivery there. Watkins and Ben Rama are arriving on the back post there. It's Rico Henry, Brian Mbuemo. Superb cross by Mbuemo. Does Ayew touch that? If Ayew touches that, that's a superb clearance. Great cross. No, it's another chance for Watkins. He's arriving on the back post behind Mbuemo. Behind Ayew, and he just heads it wide. Unlucky. Another reasonable chance there. Let me add that to my list. Watkins, back post header. Even, really, really even game. Wheelock and Young team, outstanding. £9.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. Hi, Ben. You normally go to playoff games. Would you have done the back and forth trip to Swansea then Cardiff the next night? No, I would have stayed over in a normal land. But hopefully I'd have been able to get my missus to come with me and we could have had a weekend in, well, weekend is it, but Sunday and a Monday in Wales. But yes, this is the first playoff game I've missed in the last 2 seasons. I've been to every single other run. Watford v Luton, the real derby is back. Says Martin. He didn't say real, just exaggerated, didn't I? T.O. Ethan, if I'm reading that right. Who do you think is the best chance of staying up if promoted out of these playoff teams? God, that's a hard question. Body check there. Keith Stroud not going for it. Ayew down the right wing. Gallagher stretching. Surely he's fouled Janssen there. And Grimes is stopping the set play. Clever. Keith Stroud telling to everybody to calm down there. There we go. Sorry, Ben. I lived in North Warwickshire and Leicester was next door. Nice part of the world, Sean. In fact, let's have a look. Just about the right time they started kicking lumps out of each other. That's a fair point, actually, from Heretic. I wonder if it does get physical now. Are Cov classed as West Mids? I'm not going to answer that because my geography was so bad on the last one. I'm a championship guy, you know me. How are we seeing this one playing out, guys? We're up to 57 now. It's really tight. No one is discernibly the better team. Benrahma and Ayew have shown signs that they might be able to produce something. And we all know that if Brewster gets a chance, he'll likely take it, won't he? But it's very, very tight. Jake, watching from New York, and he's got a tiger there, so I'm assuming he's a Hull fan. Jake, check out, I did a video on Hull yesterday. I'd be interested in your feedback. Brecan still saying 4-1 Chelsea. Given away by Pinnock. Here's Grimes. Good feed by Grimes, actually. Good play. Ayew lays it off. Roberts. Bidwell, right foot. Straight down Reyes' throat there. Didn't think that was happening, did he? Watkins, left side of the box here. Cuts in on his right foot. Nice turn. Beats Cabango. Low across the floor. Well cleared. And Swansea see that out well. Opening up this last minute or so. Kate says, can't believe Leighton Baines has retired. One of the best English left backs to grace the Premier League. I'll drink to that. Leighton Baines scored for Wigan one of the best goals I've ever seen at Ipswich. Look it up. It is New Year's Eve, I think, or December the 30th or something. 2004, I think. Wigan versus Ipswich. And Leighton Baines, just check the goal out, scores from about 40 yards out with his right foot. Benrahma, edge of the box. Little roll off, too clever. Not on the same wavelength. There. Still reckon a 1-1, says George. Craig's looking at a 0-0, I think, by the sounds of that. I know you don't do Championship, but would you fancy going to Man United Leeds? Yeah, if you can sort me a ticket. That sounds lovely, Charlie. I'm well up for that. Here's Ayew into the box on the left foot. Men between him. He tries to curl it. He thinks it's a big chance, but fairly low percentage chance. That one, I think, for Ayew. Let's just see how this built up. Really nice bring down by Brewster. Lovely play. Gallagher up supporting. Stroud gives the advantage. Good ball by Gallagher outside of the right foot. Brentford's defensive shape is good. It's poor from Jensen behind him marking. And Rico Henry tells him. Not the greatest finish in the world there. Swansea going for the flat back 7 and looking for break. Well, Heretic, there's something in that. If you have the two wing backs fold back and you double pivot in front, there's your 7, isn't it? Luke, it's going to take a special piece of individual brilliance to get a goal here. So we're looking at Ayew, maybe Burton Selena off the bench, and obviously Benrahma. Can I have 2 forkfuls? Guys, let's bring up the benches, and can I get your thoughts on who you would bring into this game to affect it? That is, if you did want to affect it, because it looks like both bosses are going to be happy not to lose this one. There are the subs available to both teams. Selena, Dyer, Kalulu, Danda can all come in one of those front 3 positions. Cullen maybe in midfield. For Brentford, it's normally Marcondes if they want a difference maker. But remember, this game, this tie does not last for 90 minutes. It lasts for 180, doesn't it? I think something's about to happen, guys. Gallagher. Roberts, nice move. Ayew coming down the right wing. Jensen following. Jensen, who made a poor tackle a minute ago. Ayew inside. Brewster, down he goes under Jansen's challenge. And the penalty is given by Keith Stroud. And it looks like, from one viewing, Keith Stroud has got that right. I think that's poor from Jansen. I think Brewster's done him. Then we have a penalty to Swansea. I'm watching the replay now. And he's caught him. Yeah, it's a penalty. Why is Jansen going to ground there? He slips. And then he sticks out a foot. Yeah, Keith Stroud's got that one right, guys. A penalty. Oh, well done, Sky. Sky have nailed that as well. Yeah, Jansen's fallen backwards and flung out his left foot. I'm not going to look at the comments here. 63 minutes. Andre Ayew is stepping up. Ayew versus Raya. Ayew looks very focused. He'll go right-footed, won't he? No, he's going left-footed. Here comes Ayew. 1, 2 steps. Saved! Saved by Raya. Wow. Really bad penalty. It was neither down the middle or to one side. Raya dives to his left and then flings up his right hand. Interesting position from Raya. He's standing just to the right-hand side of his goal. Wow, playoffs have big moments. And Andre Ayew has missed a penalty. Wow, wow. Oh, dear, Swansea. Huge, says Anir. This is why Lee's got rid of Jansen. Head case. Come on, Raya. Terrible run-up. Yeah, 3-step, stuttery run-up. Matthew says that was a huge chance. He is totally right. 0.77 on the XG. 77% chance of scoring from the spot, says the XG. Save says chosen one will be penalty for the B soon. You think the old even up decision, this will screw Swansea now. My stream is about a minute behind. I blame Keith Stroud for the save. Keith Stroud got that decision right for all we mock him. Jansen falling backwards, going for ground. Andre Ayew, the one guy you'd probably want. Oh! We've got trouble. We've got trouble. Rico Henry has just thrown himself into a tackle. Is he going to get red carded? Surely he's going to get red carded as Keith Stroud. Surely. Rico Henry just 2 feet there. Excessive force. I think he's going to get sent off. Let's have a look. It was Roberts and Henry. It's Keith Stroud. Red card. Wow. It's all kicking off now. Red card for Rico Henry. Why did he dive in like that? He's near the halfway line. And I've got to say, Keith Stroud has got both of those decisions right. It was a penalty and that was excessive force. Rico Henry red carded. He'll be out of this game now. If it's excessive force, can someone help me here? If it's excessive force, does he get 3 games or does he get 1? We're watching the replay. Yeah, it's a red card. He's thrown himself in. I love the Brentford fans, Brentford bench clapping behind. No, it's excessive. It's excessive force. It's a red card, isn't it? Ref wants to be in the headlines today. Jake says, look like he may have gotten the ball. Jake, it doesn't matter whether you get the ball or not. If you go in with excessive force, it's a red card. Excessive. Someone get the IFAB ruling up. That's definitely a red card. Sorry, guys. Doesn't matter whether you touch the ball or not. If you're going with excessive force and you're likely to injure your opponent, then it's a red card. Don't hate on Keith Stroud. Hate on the rules there. No way it was a red. Not a red. He won the ball. Guys, it's a red card. It's a red card. I'm sorry. I'll go on the IFAB website and bring up the wording of the rule. But excessive force. Guys, he got the ball is in no possible way a defence. Please read the laws and quote me what rule you're saying he got the ball is, because it's not. It's literally not in the rules. I'm not. Yeah. Everyone's disagreeing with me. I'll bring up the rules. Russ, I'm not saying it was out of control or reckless. I'm saying excessive force on that one. I think it's a definite red card there. And all I'll say, guys, is it won't be appealed, and Keith Stroud, it won't be rescinded. That will definitely be a red card. And you really need to read the laws here. Excessive force is the decision of the ref, not written in the laws as its opinion. Yeah, fair enough. But in my opinion, that was excessive force. Had to give them a red after they defied the odds with the penalty save. There we go. Reading tomorrow's newspapers, it was a red card. Stupid tackle, totally unnecessary. Why is he doing that on halfway? Dearie me. Let me open up another screen really, really quickly and we'll bring up the laws. If anyone can quote me one of the laws of football that tells me that that is not a red card, then please type it in. Quote the laws. Don't give me your opinion. Don't give me what you used to play on the playground. Here we go. What does Joe say? Excessive force is an automatic red and 3-game ban as dictated in Law 12. Yes, I think that is. Let's try and bring up Law 12. Red card. We'll see if we can get the FA website up, and I can bring you the wording. If you are going to disagree with me, you need to quote the law that you're disagreeing with me on. Sorry, let me just have, I'm just scrolling. Hopefully you can still see me. Dearie me. I'm just trying to find this. I'm on the FA website. 1 second. Cautions. Oh, God. Celebrating a goal. Sending off offences. There we go. Let's have a look. A player or substituted who commits serious foul play. Oh, we need to get the definition of serious foul play up, do we? Dear oh me. Someone get the rules up. Reckless is a yellow. Excessive force is a red. Excessive force is an opinion of the ref. Yeah, so it's not going to get rescinded. It's a red card, guys. I'm afraid. You need to go to Law 12 notes. If someone can get it up, that would be good. Was weird to see you on the other lead stream the other day. Surely 1 foot planted, he has no control. Red. It's a red. It's a red card, guys. You may not like it, but it is. I think only allowed to slide in like that with ankle first when studs into it. Player. I mean, this is all how we interpret the rules. I'm certain excessive force is in the laws. And I'm afraid, guys, whether you like it or not, that, my friends, is a red card. But can Swansea, let's have a look. Serious foul play. Let's have a look. Right, I think I've got it, guys. And I'm going to bring this up now. Right. Right, give me 1 sec. I've got the law. Here we go. Right. So there we go. Serious foul play. A tackle or challenge that endangers the safety of play. Oh, chance there. Gallagher. There we go. Sorry. Endangers the safety of an opponent or uses excessive force or brutality must be sanctioned as serious foul play. Any player who lunges at an opponent in challenging for the ball from the front, from the side or behind using one or both legs with excessive force endangers the safety of an opponent. I will read that again. Any player who lunges at an opponent in challenging for the ball from the front, from the side, using one or both legs with excessive force endangers the safety of an opponent. That is what it says in the FA Rule 12. It's a red card, guys. I'm sorry, it cannot be clearer. We know Mick is never wrong. It's very, very clear in the laws there, isn't it? I'll just bring it up one more time. Unless anyone can quote me a law that says that's not a red card. Any player who lunges at an opponent in challenging for the ball from the side or from behind using one or both legs with excessive force or endangers the safety of an opponent is guilty of serious foul play. Mick McCarthy may not like it, but Mick McCarthy needs to quote me where in the laws he's right. Because as much as I don't like Keith Stroud, he was right about the penalty and he was right about the red card, guys. And that law really tells me lunges is not about having control of one's own body, which is usually about being off the ground when jumping in. Do we think he lunged or not? I think he lunged, didn't we? There we go. Anyway, the red card has happened. Swansea missed penalty and a red card in this one. The joys of football, how everyone interprets the rules. I tend to look at the laws and actually read the words of them. Excuse me. and work back from that point of view. So, sorry, let me just type this up. Swansea 0, Brentford 0. Mayhew missed pen, and who got sent off? Rico Henry. And I'm sure there was probably a substitution after we saw that. Premier League overjoyed with Villa staying in. Essential for big clubs to be there. I bet they are, indeed. What is my reaction on Watford? Not that genned up on Watford. There we go. 292 viewing. Let's do it. 300. 20 years ago, that's not a free kick, and now it's a red. Yep. 20 years ago, you could drink and drive and get away with it. Times change. And again, just for the sake of it, any player who lunges an opponent in challenging for the ball from the front or side, using one or both legs with excessive force or endangers the safety of opponent is guilty of serious foul play. So doesn't matter if it's two-footed, doesn't matter if it's one-footed, doesn't matter if it can be either excessive force or endangering the player, is a red card, and that will not be appealed. He's gonna get that right. There we go. Law book is full of grey areas. Give fans something to argue about. Well, all I'll say is I always look at this in debates of how would it stand up in a court of law. So in the court of law, you're going to stand on the lectern. You're going to see the wording that Keith Stroud has used for the red card, and you're going to see the challenge. Yeah. Are you going to stand up in the court of law and say that that challenge didn't meet the wording? Because it really, really just does, doesn't it? Lunged in, endangered the opponent. Obviously, if the opponent didn't get out of the way, his leg would have broken. But I know that any challenge, if you don't get out of the way, your leg is broken. But was a joke of a kind. You have to explain why. You have to explain why he wasn't endangering the opponent, or that wasn't excessive force, or why he wasn't lunging. Explain to me why. To Mick McCarthy, taking someone's head off in a tackle was a fair tackle. There we go. You could drink and drive in the UK. You know what I mean, don't you? There we go. I was amazed Tamori got away with the one against Leeds in the playoff game. Cringe every time. You will see it. This is why football is such a brilliant game, and VAR removes this passionate aspect. I love that refs get to make the decisions right or wrong. There we go. It comes down to the opinion of the referee. If left to opinion, then a debate is always open. Okay. I suppose it's a matter of opinion as to whether the opponent was endangered or reckless force. What I would say is, anybody disagreeing, let me put a pair of football boots on and I will run at your ankle and throw myself in at exactly the same velocity as Rico Henry did. And if I'm not endangering your safety, you won't move out the way. So would you move out the way if I threw myself at you like that in football boots towards your ankle? Would you move out the way? If you don't move out, if you move out the way, then surely I'm endangering your safety. So there you go. Wasn't a red card. The ball was there to be won. Literally not in the rules, Ridley, I'm afraid. Let me read the rules one more time, because people seem to be quoting stuff that's literally not in the rules. Any player who lunges at an opponent in challenging for the ball from the front, from the side, or from behind using one or both legs with excessive force or endangers the safety of an opponent is guilty of serious foul play. Out of control, not relevant. Reckless, not relevant. I got the ball, not relevant. The ball was there to play for, not relevant. All that matters is, did he lunge, and did he either endanger the safety of the opponent or use excessive force? That's all that matters. Nothing else matters. And if all of those things are true, into the box. Oh, there's another penalty shout there. And it's not given this time. In fact, we're going to get a yellow card for simulation here. Who was that? Conor Gallagher, I think, went into the box. Raya threw himself at it. Brentford will be happy to hold on to this now. Gallagher into the box, turns. Janssen dived in again. And then Brewster went down under the challenge. Let's have a look at both of these. Janssen dives in. Camera didn't catch that. Brewster. Ooh. Let me know your thoughts on that. So did Brewster get booked for diving then? That looked like that could have been given as well. Couple of dives there. There we go. Getting out of bed could endanger someone's life. What's that got to do with the tackle, Russ? Talk about the tackle. Yeah, Baggy says, is that not a pen? Brewster's got booked for diving. It looked like Raya came out and swiped him. Ref didn't have the balls to give another pen. Now Ridley says, well, this is the problem, isn't it, Ben? Not everyone is following the same rules. It's the same with the handball law. Nobody knows it. Well, I have to say, I think the referees know it, and I think it's the fans that don't know the laws, is what I would say. Who's more likely to know the laws? A professional referee who's had to study them and pass an exam, or a fan who just wants his team to win? Frankly, is what all I would say. VAR would have given it. Yes, they would. Stonewall penalty there. Keeper got none of the ball. Brewster one looked the penalty. It did, didn't it? Had loads of people talking about risks in certain scenario all week. Beyond done my head in now. I'm sticking to my story. I think Keith Stroud's exactly right, but maybe not on that penalty there. Brewster, let me know your feelings on Brewster there and Raya. Brewster got booked for diving. It's bold to book him for diving, I'll tell you. Gallagher fell. Brewster was a pen. Anyone caught diving tried to win a free kick or penalty should receive a 5-game ban and deducted 2 weeks' race. The only issue here is chosen one. How can you prove somebody dived? It is possible for someone to just fall over, isn't it? So Keith Stroud didn't give that penalty purely based on the last 2 big decisions he's made. He wouldn't dare. There might be something in that. Don't slag off the ref. Look to the daft challenge on the halfway line. I don't think anyone's slagging off the ref. I'm just hearing lots of opinions, but no one's quoting the rules, sadly, or the laws. Brentford are very, very lucky to still be level. Well, they are, aren't they? Players need to get booked for diving. This is how you stop it. That much is true. 80 minutes up now. I don't think Pontus Jansson is a Premier level defender anymore. Injuries destroyed his body. Deary me. The rules aren't followed through, though, because Son's red card got rescinded when he broke Gomez's leg. Remember, we can't judge whether someone was endangered by the injury they get, because sometimes an injury can happen and it's not related to the tackle. It can be how they fall. I think it's the impact of the tackle, but yeah, fair point. Van der Horn. I think something's about to happen, guys. Guay. Bidwell. Into central midfield. Van der Horn. Out wide, right. Andre Ayew coming inside on his left foot. Dinked up by Gallagher. Touched up the... Whoa! What a goal that is. Ayew missed the penalty. Outstanding goal in the end. What a goal. Superb little touch by Gallagher in the build-up to that. That is a superb goal by Swansea. Matt Grimes saying, keep your head, win the game. Let's look for a replay here. So Van der Horn out wide to Ayew. He's right on the right wing. He comes inside and they just leave him for 1 second. Number 35, is that Roslev? He just leaves him. So Ayew comes inside, touches it off. Little dink up by Gallagher, touch off by Fulton. It's a brilliant finish. Absolutely brilliant finish by Ayew. Superb goal. Yeah, it's Roslev that leaves him. And all advantage now to Swansea. Can they get to Brentford with a 1-0 lead? Brilliant, brilliant goal. Get your thoughts in on how that changes stuff now. Brilliant goal by Ayew. Let me just type that up. Swansea 1, Brentford 0. What minute was the goal, guys? Oh, there we go. 80. Ayew 80. And we've had a missed pen. And we've had a red card. Incredible stuff. Great technique. Beautiful goal. Who was it that said 1-0 Ayew? There we go. Ayew is quality. 2 more for Swansea, please. What a goal. Swansea going up for sure. What a goal. Heretic says, Ben, the laws are vague as stated before. Refs get regular peer-to-peer deaf and individual training. Lunging is about 2 feet off the ground. Heretic, I'm so sorry. I'm going to put the law up again. Any player who lunges at an opponent behind, from front or side using one or both legs. So the laws clearly state that 2 feet off the ground doesn't matter. You can lunge with one leg, and that is excessive force. Yes, I agree the definition's vague, but the 2 feet off the ground thing is literally debunked just by reading the rules, I'm afraid. Huge for Swansea. Great goal here. Good goal. Now this crucial last 10 minutes. So now, guys, if you're Swansea, do you look at this and think we're playing against 10 men? Can we kill them 2-0 and possibly concede a goal? Or do you just stick with the 1-0? What would you do now if you were Steve Cooper? Let me know in the comments while I eat some paella. Brentford playoffs record there, thrown up 8 seasons, not many wins. Yes, Benrahma is coming off. Wow. He had a good first half, Benrahma, but he's been missed out in the chaos here, hasn't he? Frank Concern going more defensive. Guys, get your comments in. What would you do if you were Swansea now? Do you try and kill it here and now, try and get the second goal, or just have what you hold? Go for a second. Swansea got to go for it. All Welsh final incoming. You got 5 minutes to go here against 10 men. And they're reeling and they're making substitutions. Take the 1-0 and park a double-decker bus in the second leg. Go for another, says Craig. Brentford need to hold on and take the 1-0. If Brentford are holding on, Swansea can attack. Keep up the possession. Up the Jacks. I missed the goal getting a magnum. That's tremendous. Great goal you missed as well. Have to kill it. They're up, man, says Druid. If I was Swansea, go for a second. Brentford can't afford to go 2-0 down. Got to score now. Yes, Liam, I will be here for all of the playoff semi-finals, especially if it's this much fun. We can argue about red cards. Brilliant stuff. West London final. Let's go. Go for them on the counter. Yeah, that's kind of better both worlds. Try go for a second goal. Be careful. Put up the shutters, bees, then slam them on home turf. 4-0, you can do it. Prem needs you, boys. Being a Leeds fan and having to suffer this all season gives me great pleasure to say, oh, dearie, Schadenfreude is cruel but funny. You're a cruel man. Joe says, as a solicitor, I look at these matters simply. The rules are at the discretion of the ref. In court, the only way to overturn the decision is to prove Stroud didn't believe it was excessive force. There you go. And Joe's a solicitor. I always look at it as, could you stand up in court and argue that that didn't match the description? I don't think you can. And I have to say, I agree. Attack, says Jake. Berardi was sent off in last year's semi-final for lunging into the tackle. You can't lunge. The opinion aspect of referees is where it can fall down in comparison with rugby, where the rules are based on facts with no technology in the game. Opinion is fine. With has to be with facts. Need to rewrite the rules then. But yeah, fair point, Ross. Heretic, giving us Brentford's recent form there. Must push for a second. Push for a second as well. Swansea push for 3 more. Take what you've got here. All Welsh final would mean nothing without a crowd. Number 2 imminent, says Baps. 86 minutes up here. Genius. I'm saying it was boring in the first half. It's not been boring in the second half, has it? Missed penalty, red card, and a goal from a brilliant goal as well from Andre Ayew. Excuse me, I'm going to have some paella. Off to work, Ben. B&M calling. Nice one. Have a good shift. Momentum is crucial in the playoff. Brentford's stress and pressure are falling. Well, they're going to be very stressed out now with 3 defeats on the trot. Berardi's red was a second yellow. Was it? I thought he got a yellow and then a red. Or did he get 2 yellows? I can't remember. Bad move. Brentford attacking. They want to shut up shop. We've got to go for the advantage. Most people think that Swansea should try and have a little push here. 87 minutes now. Ball's just gone dead. Brentford throwing. Brentford taking their time. I think they're playing. Yeah, I'm still eating my food. It's gone a bit cold now, but so much has happened in the second half. Oh, Lovely. 303 people, Ben. Time for a shout out. Yes, indeed. Look along the bottom there. You're totally right, Ross. You can support the channel via Super Chat here. Just press the dollar button and you can donate. Excuse me, I'm eating. You can subscribe on Patreon as well to support me in my ventures here to try and do this full time. But if you can just hit the like button while you're in here and leave a comment, that really, really helps. And thank you for getting us to. I know I've had a few people complain you can't read the plaque now because I've got the lights up there. 10,500 subscribers. Brilliant. Brentford, lack experience. Watkins should have scored, and same with Ben Rama. Something's about to happen, guys. Long ball, right to left. Roberts heads it down. Roslev heads it in, nodded away. Baptiste, Watkins, Baptiste towards the edge of the box, onto his right foot. Gets the bounce and it's cleared. Free kick the other way. Oh, only joking. Nothing's going to happen. There we go. In fact, yellow card for Norgard. Clubs will be licking their lips looking at the Brentford squad when the window opens, says Josh. Another yellow card from Mr. Keith Stroud in this one. Norgard on Grimes. Norgard is lacking discipline. Telling the ref off like that after a yellow should get him sent off. Yeah, the way they speak to the refs is horrible, isn't it? Don't give Breakhand a heart attack there. We're now coming up 89-37. It's Swansea 1, Brentford 0. AU on 80 minutes in this one. We're going to get 4 added minutes. Thank you, Matthew, for the heads up. You're about 20 seconds ahead of me. Baps, you say it best when you say nothing at all. A Ronan Keating quote there, or no, you say it best when you said, was it a cover? When you say nothing at all by Ronan Keating, was that a cover in the first instance? It's an old country song, isn't it? Brentford on the edge of their box. Brentford are happy to get out of this with a 1-0 defeat. They're going to have to go all-out attack in the second game. Got to feel bad for Brentford, says Jaggy. Thomas Frank needs to get them together before, I think, Wednesday is the next game. Guys, thank you for indulging me and letting me eat during the stream. Went to my parents today and then we drove back and I came straight back, had a shower and then did this. So thank you so much. Chat is 20 seconds ahead of Ben and Ben is 20 seconds ahead of me. Yeah. I think YouTube puts a 10-second delay in anyway as well. Brentford losing form at the worst time possible. I know how that feels. I bet you do. Just 1 goal advantage. They could have killed it off, could come back to haunt the Swans. Swansea trying to get men forward. This is going to end 1-0, isn't it? It's so blindingly obvious now. Both teams seem happy to not take any risks. Yeah, not many committed forward by either. And the ball very long and very direct. God, Norgard's still chipping away at the moment, despite having just got booked. 4-3, second leg. Stop apologising. There we go. Right, look, guys, thank you. I finished my paella, but I haven't finished my wine yet. Can I just say, this is brilliant. Doing this with you guys and eating and drinking as well. Mr. Jones! Referee should be ashamed. Mr. Jones, I've put the rules up already, the laws. Any player who lunges in from the front or the side with one or both legs with excessive force or endangers the safety of opponent. I'm with the ref on this one. I have to say 4-1, first leg. Someone's trying to fool me now. Fool me once. My paella must be freezing. No. Stay fairly warm, I think. Ivan, these playoff watch-alongs are awesome. Keep them coming. How was the Last Supper, Jesus? It was wonderful. There we go. Stop telling me there's a goal when there's not a goal when I know you're 20 seconds ahead of me. There's going to be a chance, though, because I've seen it on Twitter already. Down the right wing, yeah, Watkins on the near post, blocked out, won't fall for him. Rico Henry will miss second leg. Well, if, as the laws of the game seem to impute, Rico Henry has been sent off for serious foul play, he'll be suspended for 3 games, won't he? Serious foul play or violent conduct is a 3-game ban, isn't it? But yes, he'll definitely be out the second leg, obviously, and probably the final as well if they were to get there. Watkins looks to have lost his spark. What, in this game or the past few games? I think we're now about to play out full time. Watkins still trying to fight there. So, and 94 minutes, Steve Cooper and Thomas Frank shake hands. And there you have it. I'm going to switch off my feed now and put all of my focus on here. Yeah, 3-game ban. Will his ban extend to next season? Absolutely, it will. I'm so happy Villa stayed up. Right, let's try and get our stats up and see how that played out. Well done to Swansea is all I will say about that. Hopefully you can all still see and hear me. I'm just on another screen, just going to snapshot the stats for you real quick. Swansea with the win, 1-0 in this one. A bit bitty, but they did the job. Didn't they just? Right, excuse me. Right, we are coming back. Right, I'm off to celebrate getting rid of VAR. Full Ben Bloom experience. Great stream. Nice one, Russ. El Baradi was a yellow and then red. I can't remember. Too much happened in that game for me to remember. Right, let's very, very quickly have a look at the stats for that one. And I will remove that there. Right, here are your full-time stats. So Brentford 56, Swansea 56-44 in the possession, 6-0 attempts on target, 3-2 off target, 1 block shot apiece, and 5 saves by Raya indeed. I think this might be second half stats, in fact. Total passes 284-167, 232-119. Look at that, I think they are second half stats. Let me just double check. Yeah, that was second half stats. If Brentford don't get through, then it seems very clear that they will have lost it in the second half of this game, wasn't it? You're looking at LO2G. What's LO2G? The ref training defines exactly what lunging and excessive force is. Your black and white definition would make every slide tackle erect. No, that's not true. You can't read my mind, heretic. I think he lunged in with excessive force. I think it's possible to slide in without excessive force. And it's open to interpretation. So in the same way, I can't read Keith Stroud's mind, you can't read my mind, and I can't read your mind. Here is my position. I think that Rico Henry dived in, lunged in on, I can't remember who the player who fouled was now, but he lunged into the tackle and endangered the opponent. That's what I think. So it's not in terms of me taking it to black and white. So if I was the ref, I would have sent him off. Maybe you wouldn't, but maybe you would come up in front of your boss and get in trouble and you would then have to say why you didn't deem that endangering the opponent. I think when you sprint in and you throw yourself like that, I just think it by definition endangers the opponent. But we can agree to disagree, can't we, on that matter of opinion, can't we? Are you playing Norwich next season? Me personally, no. Good show, thank you. Brentford were really poor today. Yeah, didn't get it. Joe, keep up the good work there, mate. I think he went in with his stud showing. Red card for me. Looked shocking in real time. Ben, if Brentford don't go up, do you think Ben Rama and Watkins will go to Premier League? I think Ben Rama will. I think Watkins might have another season there. Looks like BMW failed their MOT again. There we go. Brentford have been scoring for fun in this league and not one shot on target tonight. To be fair, Sean, I think the stat I put up there, it may not have been one, but certainly was just second half. But no, didn't do it, did they? Was off his feet. Remember, all of your guys' definitions, which are great, off his feet, studs showing, out of control. Remember, they're not actually written into the laws. That's all our own perceptions of the laws. So if I was the ref, I would have sent him off. He leads with the studs, thus a red. That's sending off his key for Brentford. Second leg player, Henry. Fair to say the ref had an absolute shocker. I think he was a bit pedantic in the first half with some of the free kicks, but I think he did get the big decisions right, and he possibly could have given Swansea a second penalty, couldn't he, at the end of that? Brentford need a big performance to turn this around. What do you think? I've got Fulham. I had Fulham and Brentford as favourites. I've got to stick to that now. Thanks for the live stream, Ben. Great as always. Thank you, Blaze Dragon. Yes, I'll do watch-alongs for all the other games. Good fun here. I think Frank should try a back three for something different. Interesting. Who do I think will win the playoffs? I've got to stick with, I said, a Brentford-Fulham final. Doesn't look likely now. Watkins would be a good signing for us. Ben Rama even says, a Leeds fan. Right. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. Tonight, it was Swansea 1, Brentford 0. Andre Ayew with the goal. Get your comments in on the red card, on the penalty that wasn't given, and on a great goal scored by Andre Ayew. And can Brentford come back and win in the second leg? Thank you, everybody. Shout out to Leeds 2020. Shout out to George. Shout out to Matthew and Dave. Sending off all day long. Brentford look very flat. Great stream. Thank you, George there. Mike, Jay. And I will see you all tomorrow night. We do it all over again for Fulham versus Cardiff. Thank you for watching. Let me just leave this up here one more time. Any player who lunges at an opponent in challenging for the ball from the front, from the side, or from behind using one or both legs with excessive force or endangers the safety of the opponent is guilty of serious foul play. I will leave that there and invite you into the court of Benjamin Bloom law. Nice one, Paul. Nice one, Scold and Druid and Sean. Heretic, great banter, Heretic and debate. Love it. Mally, and I will see you all tomorrow night. Over and out.